Any visitors who would like to come before the council with comments about issues not on the agenda? Nobody. Comments? If the council would turn its attention to the minutes of April 5th, are there changes? After you review the page 1, the additional page 1?
I move the acceptance of the minutes as submitted.
Motion to approve the minutes by Ms. Farmer. Second. Second by Mr. Fields. Discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Minutes are approved. Next, ordinance 03-11.
Ordinance 03-11 is an ordinance of the City of Berea, Kentucky, amending the 2010-2011 fiscal year budget for the City of Berea. Ordinance number 6-10, revenues and expenditures. That's by title. It was read in full at the last council meeting. This is a second reading.
May I have a motion on the amended budget ordinance?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Kirby, second by Mr. Burnside to approve the ordinance. Discussion? Comments? Hearing none, then, please respond appropriately to the call of the roll. Mr. Burnside?
Aye.
Ms. Kirby?
Aye.
Mr. Little?
Aye.
Ms. Farmer?
Aye.
Mr. Wagers?
Aye.
Mr. Belando?
Aye.
Mr. Fields?
Aye.
Mr. Jennings?
Aye.
Ordinance is adopted. Next, ordinance 04-11.
04-11 is an ordinance of the City of Berea, Kentucky, declaring certain property to be surplus and authorizing it to be sold. The list is on the exhibit to the ordinance. Second reading.
May I have a motion on the ordinance?
So moved.
Motion to adopt by Ms. Farmer. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Wagers. Discussion? Comments? Please respond then appropriately to the call of the roll. Mr. Jennings?
Aye.
Mr. Fields?
Aye.
Mr. Belando?
Aye.
Mr. Wagers?
Aye.
Ms. Farmer?
Aye.
Mr. Little?
Aye.
Ms. Kirby?
Aye.
Mr. Burnside?
Aye.
Ordinance is adopted. Next, ordinance 05-11.
Ordinance 05-11 is an ordinance of the City of Berea, Kentucky, changing the zoning classification of property described herein, owned by Berea Industrial Development Authority, from I-2 manufacturing to B2 commercial. It's pursuant to a report and recommendation from the Planning Commission. It is located at 1155 Mady Road. Second reading.
May I have a motion on the ordinance?
Make a motion we approve.
Motion to adopt by Mr. Little. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Burnside. Discussion? Comments? Please respond appropriately to the call of the roll. Mr. Burnside?
Aye.
Ms. Kirby?
Aye.
Mr. Little?
Aye.
Ms. Farmer?
Aye.
Mr. Wagers?
Aye.
Mr. Belando?
Aye.
Mr. Fields?
Aye.
Mr. Jennings?
Aye.
Ordinance 05-11 is adopted. Lastly, ordinance 06-11.
Ordinance 06-11 is an ordinance of the City of Berea, Kentucky, relating to heating, air conditioning, and ventilation contractors, providing that the Code of Ordinances of the City of Berea, Kentucky be amended by adding section 71.320, adopting the provisions of KRS 198B 650 through 198B .689, and 815 Kentucky Administrative Regulations 8010 to 815 and KAR 8100, providing for the regulation of heating, air conditioning, and ventilation contractors. Second reading.
May I have a motion on that ordinance?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Fields to adopt. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Kirby. Discussion? Comments? This is to allow us to...
These are state laws, permits that we're incorporating in their own
Yes.
here locally. Okay.
incorporating that by reference, and it is to allow that service to be conducted locally rather than having to rely upon a Frankfurt official to perform that work.
Great. Okay.
Please respond appropriately to the call of the roll then. Mr. Jennings?
Aye.
Mr. Fields?
Aye.
Mr. Belando?
Aye.
Mr. Wagers?
Aye.
Ms. Farmer?
Aye.
Mr. Little?
Aye.
Ms. Kirby?
Aye.
Mr. Burnside?
Aye.
Ordinance 06-11 is also adopted. New business, Audit and Finance Committee report. Mr. Burnside?
The Audit and Finance Committee met this evening to review some sets of bids for various things, and one of those were a software program for the finance office there. And in that conversation, that's a process that's going to be underway for a period of time, a couple of months, because they want to make sure that the requests that they have put out, that they're getting those appropriately. And so they have some other questions, and that's going to be ongoing. And so it won't be a recommendation this evening on that particular bid. The other bids were for a generator for the utility department. Likewise, they had some questions for the various companies, and so they're not ready to make a recommendation yet, and that will be forthcoming as they get those answers to those questions fulfilled and on that piece. The one bid that I would like to recommend that we accept is for the bleachers at the new soccer and football field behind the Intergenerational Center. I think that things are ready to go there, and Mesa Incorporation had a bid of $13,393.80, and so we would like to recommend that the council adopt that so that they can get the bleachers on those fields.
Motion from the Audit and Finance Committee to accept the bid of Mesa Sports, $13,393.80. Is there a second? Second. Second by Mr. Wagers. Discussion? Comments? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. The bid is awarded then to Mesa Sports. Anything further, Mr. Burnside?
That's all I have. Thank you.
Any department head like to augment the written report provided in the council packet? No takers from parks or utilities or tourism or streets? Okay, well, something's going on. Yeah, that's right. The administrator's report?
Maybe I should decline.
That would be good.
Bring you up to date on one particular item, and for all interest, is that the search for the utility director continues. We had a number of interviews last week. On May the 11th, we will have 5 candidates that our committee will bring in face-to-face and have about a 2-hour face-to-face interview with each one of the candidates. We are arranging that they go through the utilities and are introduced to our utilities department, wastewater, water treatment, substations, and the facility, and also these people are bringing their spouses with them, and we will give them a tour of Berea and try to introduce them to all aspects of the group. We will be interviewing 5 people on May the 11th. We'll try to reduce that down to 1, 2, or 3, and then at that time we do want council will be involved, because this is a department head position, and council will be involved in those interview processes. It seems to be going well. There's a lot of interest in it, and hopefully by the 1st of May that we're able, or 1st of June, I'm sorry, that we're able to make some kind of definitive announcement, or if not, we'll talk to Mr. Blackburn in 1 more month or 2. Our department heads are working very diligently on our budgets. Several of them have them back into me already, and making good progress on those. This afternoon, we signed a contract for the upgrade and keep of the Moore Farm, the industrial park. Brandon Davis got that bid to the Industrial Authority, and he's signed that this afternoon, and so they will be the new tenants for 1 year off the farm there. We continue to work with CSX on the control arms at the Mady Road crossing. A bit of bad news this week. We were wanting to design and upgrade the road between Mady and Menelus during this process. Most of that roadway is on CSX right-of-way. It's something we've been trying to find out and did. It will take an enormous amount of time to have them design our road and get it approved. So we will be working with the present width of that road as it stands now to get the arms in place by the time the school opens. So we'll have to deal with the road issues as time to come. I'll be glad to answer any questions that you may have.
Questions for the city administrator?
Mr. Will?
Yeah, I've got a couple. When we set those arms, will we be able to set them back, or we have to remove them when we do the road again?
If the road is done, they'll have to be moved.
So, another thing, what about the roof on the Folk Center? I see it's slowed down the process. What's the deal?
Made a call this morning, and they're supposed to be back at the end of this week to be back on working on it.
So they just...
They had another job that came up. They were
Had a
trying
little
to
break. One more thing, I think you addressed this. Down on Water Street, that drainage problem, you know where the subdivision's
Yes, sir.
draining down. Did you say that we was going to work on that? What?
We have a engineering study that's going on right now, and we are looking at that, and it's part of our process.
It's still washing that one person just
It
away.
is, it is.
I mean, it's
Get a big rain, but yes, we sent all the materials to CDP and to them, and they're working out. We're looking at the whole area.
I understand.
Jerry, to make sure
Because the
that we-
subdivision's draining
Yep.
down. I mean, it's a major.
We've gone
it's just-
back to Water
it's just
Street
not
and
one
looking at it
problem. I mean,
coming all the
it's-
way through and coming under
Okay.
the state highway.
So we feel like it might get to do something this year then?
I would hope that this fall or this summer that we're working on it.
Okay, that's all I've got. Thanks.
When will the depot building be completed, Randy?
Their contract, I think, is for sometime in August.
This summer.
They're about 3 weeks behind right now, but they're doing an excellent work. I would encourage you, if you're down there, to walk through it and take a look at it. It's a changed building right now. The roof is finished, the guttering is up, and you get a good feel of the interior if you're able to walk in it now. We encourage you to do so.
Other questions? Thank you, Mr. City Administrator. I just have two things to bring to the council's attention. One is that this Saturday is the Easter egg hunt, sponsored by the Berea Kiwanis Club. Saturday, April 23rd. Egg hunt starts at 10 o'clock. And you might say, where? Well, it's being moved. It will be at the Berea City Park expansion on the soccer field, football field. Get them closer to the railroad tracks.
Gosh,
Easter egg hunt, games, tug of war, sack race, egg on spoon race, all that? Well, my goodness. Okay, Easter egg hunt Saturday.
on the soccer field.
And then April is Fair Housing Month. And whereas fair housing is a right protected by federal and state laws, and whereas housing discrimination is illegal, and whereas fair housing means persons may freely choose a place to live without regard to race, color, religion, sex, national origin, or because persons are disabled or have children in the family. And whereas fair housing laws apply to persons viewing or renting an apartment, viewing or purchasing a home, applying for and securing a home loan, or purchasing homeowners or renters insurance. Now, therefore, as mayor of the city of Berea, I do proclaim the month of April 2011 as Fair Housing Month in the city of Berea, recognizing the need for community education and awareness of fair housing. Council comments? Mr. Jennings?
None.
Mr. Fields?
Yes, the Council for Fairness Ordinance is going to meet this coming Friday. After that, we'll bring some kind of a recommendation to the rest of the council and to the mayor.
Mr. Belando?
I just want to remind everyone of the community forum this Monday, the 25th, at 6:30 at, thanks, appreciate that. At the Berea Community School Elementary Gym. We're really looking forward to having everybody who can possibly make it in the council be there, plus anyone else on the staff. And of course, we hope that there'll be a large turnout from our community.
Can we run a little something in the newspaper, because city, about that or not?
There was,
We're going to.
and there will be.
Thank you. Mr. Wagers?
None.
Ms. Farmer?
Nothing, thank you.
Mr. Little?
None.
Ms. Kirby?
No comment.
Mr. Burnside?
None.